The Macedonian army is once again pushed to extinction. Hey, how's it going? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to another Total War Rome 2 online battle. This was taken from Mine and Republic of Play's multiplayer campaign that we're currently doing over on Twitch TV every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 PM GMT. We play for around about 5 hours. I am playing as Macedon, Darren is playing as India, so it's going to be a really cool head-to-head. And if you guys don't know, in the Divide et Impera head-to-head, or just in most Total War multiplayer campaigns in general, whenever I play a battle against the AI, Darren will then take control of the AI army. So I'm not just fighting some rubbish AI who's going to run headlong into my pikes. I'm fighting Darren, and he's going to be doing everything he can do to go ahead and ruin my army, slow me down so that he can take the advantage in the campaign and basically just advance his goals, because the goal of the campaign is obviously to go ahead and take my capital. So the smaller I am by the time Darren comes over here, if he comes over here, is obviously the best. So that's one of the reasons the campaign is just so amazing with Divide et Impera, with the population and the supply and the whole battle mechanics. It makes for one hell of a campaign. So if you guys are a fan of it, make sure to come over every Tuesday and Thursday on my Twitch channel, and also join the Discord, follow me on Twitter. All of them top places, I go ahead and notify you guys when I go live. I don't post a video to YouTube saying I'm live, so they're the best places to find out, and or you can just go ahead and write it down in your calendar every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 PM GMT. So this battle was, oh my god, this battle, man, is absolutely insane, let me tell you guys. So a little bit of a backstory. I've managed to secure basically the whole of Greece besides Athens and Crete, and I've just secured, this army has just come from the previous battle I uploaded to the YouTube channel from defeating the Odistria Kingdom. I've managed to basically replenish it. As you can see, the army is still kind of wounded. I'm still replenishing my men being in the newly conquered lands. I don't quite have a replenishment to go ahead and build up my army to full strength. So you're going to see a few of my, hoplites with a few less men. My phalanxes, this one only has 198 or 94. My general is down to half strength as well. And we also hit our full reforms as well. So you'll start seeing some cool units like this adding into the Macedonian roster in the campaign. This is kind of like a really nice hybrid skirmish and melee unit, which is awesome. But yeah, so we've gone ahead and just secured all of that territory, and then the RDA declared war on me. So this faction is from the Illyrian coast. They're basically like a pirate faction. However, they have some pretty decent units. They're definitely underrated, and I definitely underrated them in this battle. You guys will, the ending is absolutely insane in this one, so make sure you stick around till then. Like, it is absolutely insane. And just remember as well, this is my king. If I lose this battle, my king dies, my political sphere messes up, this faction can cause havoc throughout my land, and even still, every man Darren kills is a population I'm going to have to replenish from the pool of this newly conquered land that doesn't have many Macedonians in. I know I keep emphasizing that every battle, but honestly, it is really important. I think in Impera, my capital, I only have something around about 3,000 warrior class soldiers in my capital. And that is basically this entire army. So in the center of my empire, I only have enough to replenish this, this army once, one more time, which is, that's how dire things can be. But yeah, I've taken on the RDA, declared war on me. I'm fighting them right now against two of their armies. You can see one of their armies is reinforcing on, and they actually attacked me in this battle. However, I got quite cocky. I was like, their army looks absolutely trash, so I'm just going to sally out and attack Darren instead. Because I was like, whatever, it's RDA, they've got a lot of their rubbish units. I've got a fairly decent army besides some, some wounded men. I'm going to come out and basically just take these guys out. Little did I know that they're going to have this big of a hill. But even still, with this hill, I kind of felt really confident in this battle because, they're RDA men. They're not going to be as good as my Macedonian phalanxes and stuff, but I definitely underestimated the enemy and the advantage of owning a hill like that and fighting uphill as a phalanx. Oh my god, you guys will see. Things get extremely brutal, and if my king goes down, oh, I just can't even dread to think about it. I really do. So Darren's going to basically just secure this hill. He's got a bit of secured terrain right there. He's got a lot of slingers as well in these two RDA armies. He really does. I think he has something around about 10 slingers, which are rubbish slingers, but because he's fighting downhill at me, his slingers are just a lot more effective than mine are, because obviously the slingers fire in a straight trajectory, so my Rhodian slingers are kind of nullified in this battle, and I'm going to have to rely on my Cretan archers, and even then, it's not really even that great, because I've only got 5 of them, and Darren has 10 of them in this AI RDA army, so yeah, it's going to be, just guys, wait till the end. You guys will see how great it is. Also, I do have this garrison unit as well of heavy 300 men phalanx. Oh, baby, I love the Macedonian generals, man. They're just so clean. I mean, just look at this unit. Oh. So they're coming to battle right now. They are running to battle as well, but with the most recent changes, you know, this is them running. So they are very, very slow indeed. But still pretty decent nonetheless. So again, I'm trying to get Darren off of this hill with my missiles. You can see I'm starting to shoot away with my Greek archers, trying to pick away, or my slingers, sorry. So my slingers can still shoot, but they're a lot less effective because they do a lot of damage when they shoot straight at the enemy, and they're just kind of struggling to do that. We take a little look of the bird's eye view. I can't see all of Darren's army at the moment, but it's all basically coming on. He had 2 actual proper armies reinforce one another, so that's why he's kind of currently bringing them up. So it might have been a good idea to rush this hill, try and push him back whilst his reinforcements are coming on. You know, if I could have maybe fought my way up the hill and then taken Darren on like here, that could have been pretty effective as well. Again, we're trying to leave as much room as possible here. I mean, like, to be fair as well, like, Darren does leave gaps here, and it's when I go through that gap, Darren kind of commits men to stop me. So, you know, until this gap is kind of used, we allow it to carry on. And here we go. The enemy slingers are now going to be shooting me. And this is deadly because a large portion of my army is vulnerable to missiles. I'm lucky that they're not exactly the best slingers in the world, but also remember as well, these guys aren't going to be like the archers, the garrison archers we've been fighting against Thrace. These are a proper unit of trained slingers, not just some peasantry. So, you know, this is actually a fairly decent army. He also has some of this hoplites as well. These are heavy, like very heavy hoplite phalanx. And again, from their picture, the unit card, I didn't really expect this. So I'm just really overestimating my army's strength in these battles because I haven't lost one yet, I don't think. This king has won so many battles that I just put so much faith in this Macedonian army that I can basically take on anything, and I really kind of underestimate the enemies. And again, like, every one of these battles is such a big learning curve, I think, for my armies, not to overestimate it. We definitely, in this battle afterwards, we find out, you know, just how strong a hill can be against my army. So yeah, we're definitely knowing. So Dan's going to pull back, and you can really start to see the amount of slingers he has back here. Just hordes and hordes of missiles pounding down, and this is scary as a phalanx slash, you know, pike player. This is scary. I'm dropping numbers extremely quickly, and my men are pushing up the hill, taking so much damage. So already, I just feel like I'm in such a bad situation, and this is all my fault. I could have decided to fight in the city. The RDA attacked me, but I decided to sally out. And I know technically that means that Darren has to attack me, but we saw it as, like, we kind of create our own custom rules in these, and we kind of saw it as, like, if I'm sallying out, I'm choosing to fight the army before they attack the city. Now, there is an argument to be made that it's more just that I'm choosing to fight the battle outside of the city. But, you know, either way, you know, that's just kind of what we decided. That's kind of makes sense almost that, you know, I have to attack Darren, So right now I'm just advancing my army. Darren is pulling back up the hill, which is good for me because we're going to hopefully hit a less steep position. But I mean, just look how steep that hill is, man. For pikes, oh, that's just not going to be good. That's just not going to be good at all. So I'm trying to advance, and even my missiles, a lot of my arrows are just not finding their marks, and, you know, things are just not looking good already. But, you know, I still believe that my pikemen are just a lot stronger than his front lines. But, like, I just did not realize that he had, like, heavy spear infantry and, you know, more heavy spear infantry and the heavy phalanx as well back there. I've been fighting so much crappy infantry that it kind of just got into my head that this was going to be such a pushover. And look how many of these arrows and rocks as well are just missing their targets, whereas his are just, you know, hammering down on my battle line. And also, as well, in this battle, a large portion of my force is going to be I have one army and a garrison force, whereas Darren has to like one full stack army and one half stack army. So I'm kind of, the numbers are kind of similar, but I've got a garrison force, and you guys know that garrison forces aren't great. Granted, this one does give me some Greek hoplites, which is nice. I think it gives me 4 units of Greek hoplites, which is actually really, really good. So I'm trying to come up here as best as I can, trying to just get my phalanxes in order. And this is something maybe I should have just committed to a bit more. Looking back on the battle, Darren was obviously retreating, not wanting to engage my pikes and just shoot me. I feel like if I committed to this tactic of just pushing, I could have thrown him up the hill a bit more and got to a bit more of an even footing. Like, I feel like I could have got to at least there where it's a little bit more even. Or maybe I could have taken this out as well and maybe tried to push up here. I'm trying to throw my cavalry round, scout out a lot more forces. However, I do decide in a second. I mean, look at that crossfire as well. I'm losing so many men to these slingers, and I'm not killing them fast enough. The whole point of this army was that I was going to kill his men. The pikes go down as well. But this is not a good, this is just not good as well. Looking back on this battle, there's so many situations where it's just like small maneuvers like this, which I just get hit. So this pike is not great because look at this right here. I'm fighting a phalanx, and yet I'm fighting it point blank range because my positioning is so curved right now. So that Darren gets to use this very heavy phalanx point blank range and he can hit me, whereas over here, like, he can't hit me and I'm hitting him. So, you know, I just need to be more straight rather than anything else. I mean, as you can see, I think this was a big mistake by me. I should have just simply carried on pushing with my pikes, but I decided to push up the Greek militia to try and just engage his line and then bring up the pikes secondary. But, you know, and obviously these Greek militia are just going to get slaughtered, right? They're not going to do great against heavy spearmen. So that's just a big mistake by me. Now Darren starts to use his numbers to get around the flank. Really nice maneuver. You know, this is kind of how his art, and he charges down the hill at me as well, which is just really effective, getting in my face against Greek militia. It's just bad. But yeah, Darren's doing a great job right now if we take a look at the overview map of just using his numbers whilst also holding me in the center. And I think this is kind of a proven message right here. Like, what Darren was doing in the previous battles against my armies were correct. It's just he didn't have the quality to put it off. Whereas in this battle, where he has qualities and numbers, he's doing, or maybe not necessarily numbers in this battle. I think I am outnumbered, but not massively. But in this battle, he actually has the quality to hold my pikes up, and he has the speed to outflank me. I do, however, get a really nice charge off here with my, I think my only Tarentine cavalry unit. Or Tarentinoi, I think is what it's called. But I believe it's Tarentine cavalry. Maybe I'm mistaken. If I am, let me know in the comments. So I managed to get this through, but it's kind of basically a suicide mission. What I feel like I should have done maybe is try to come around here and hit these guys in the back. Would have been a good idea. Over here as well, you know, gaps are appearing in my battle line. I do manage to get some reinforcements on the far left, but I'm committing a lot of men over here. Look at this, 3 units here where I need to be going elsewhere because, as you can see, like, I'm kind of getting out-positioned here. Luckily, I do get some phalanxes up here as well, which is nice, but look how much this phalanx unit has just slaughtered me. Like, it really has just taken me down. This is completely poor positioning by me, and I barely killed, I think I haven't killed anyone here either. Yeah, so the phalanx has just done great. I engaged it poorly, and I just needed to keep it at distance rather than, you know, commit to it. So that was really my poor play there. And again, look how much that, and because my unit was so stretched out as well, it wasn't as effective. So just look at that. There's now a huge gap in the battle line, and Darren's going to exploit that very quickly. I have kind of managed to hold this flank, but the fact that this is down now is just massive. I have also thrown in, I believe, my pikemen right now as well. But again, another gap right there, which I just didn't see. This forest is really, really bad. You can press Control F and remove it, but I don't know. I think I might talk to Darren about it in the stream we're doing. Yeah, well, the stream we did yesterday will be today when I'm recording this. And just say that we shouldn't do that because it kind of takes away the feel of the forest. I'll see what he says. But a really nice position there by Darren getting through this flank. And now he's going to be able to surround my phalanxes as they engage. Got some hoplites up here. But again, hoplites fighting uphill aren't very effective. It's exhausting work. And when my men start to get tired, that's bad. He also managed to get a unit of infantry through as well, right here. They're not really the best infantry, but I think there was a gap somewhere, and he managed to basically start running down my missiles, killing some of my Rhodian slingers here. And I have to be really cautious with my general cavalry, because even though it's the new reformed one, these guys, there's only half of them in the unit, right? So let's be really, really scary. They do look amazing, but I love their shields. Just really, really cool shields. And I'm going to have to charge him in, because if this unit is allowed to cause havoc in my back line, it's over. And I believe my general is heavy enough. You know, this general is wielding the sword of Alexander. He's extremely strong, and he's I think he's like rank 8 right now, so he's leveled up a ton. And I was like, okay, General, if you die here, you die here, but I need you to kill this unit, because if you don't, there's going to be so many issues elsewhere. Darren has poured down the hill with a lot of men right now, looking to kill my missiles, and this is how dire things are already in the battle. We're only like 10 minutes into the battle, and I'm already having to commit my missiles just to hold Darren at bay. And my Greek militia are obviously going to be no match for this heavy unit of phalanxes. I have killed a bunch more though, but they have taken more damage, but you know, they're just so strong. Over on this left-hand side as well, I'm going to be able to get a nice little outflank here with my hoplites. But still, just the fact is, my men are just so slow and maneuverable, and because I'm having to attack this battle, Darren is just doing a great job of enveloping me. I mean, look at this, he's bringing his cavalry down as well to hit away at some of my Rhodian slingers. Luckily, the Rhodian slingers, because they are fairly upgraded, I mean, look at that, they're 3 chevrons, bronze. They're doing pretty decent against this cavalry, because he's kind of weakened as well. But, you know, still, even like, it's still kind of a bad situation. One of the nice things I'm probably going to do in a second is I'm going to shoot this unit. And I believe I'm also throwing my general over, because even that, like, a half-strength general of mine is still a full, like, basically a 3/4 strength general of his. That's kind of how crazy the Macedonian generals are. But again, I'm breaking. Darren is just enveloping me, and this left flank is crumbling right now. This is catastrophic for my force. In the center as well, Darren is doing a great job at enveloping me. Luckily, I'm going to get this small unit of pikes to come in, but they're in such a messy situation right now. I just don't really know what's going on there. And this reinforcement general unit could not come fast enough. It's so slow that it's only just getting over here right now. They're still fresh though, which is good. I guess because maybe they're walking. That was my bad. But this unit needs to get over here. I need something to help out this left-hand side. I managed to bring my general over and scare off his general. But look at this. My army is completely surrounded right here. These phalanxes are fighting back to back right now. This unit is still mine as well. So I'm kind of lucky in the sense that this mercenary axeman unit is guarding the back of its phalanx, so it can kind of repel a lot of these guys. But even still, this is just so deadly for me. You know, like, all my units are being enveloped right now. I'm trying to kind of form a rear flank. And then we have infantry running down, harassing my missiles as well. Again, I'm just so lucky in this battle that Darren didn't have a large portion of missiles. And also, look at how many dead I have here as well, my missile line. This battle is just going from bad to worse right now. But there is still quality. This army has fought with my King Belisarius, I think is what he's called, since the beginning of the campaign. The Legion, or the Stratios is what I call my armies, has leveled up multiple times. I believe it's like level 5 or 6 at this point. Belisarius is rank 8, I believe, as well. So there's so many buffs going off to the entire army that is my only bastion of hope right here, that he will hold the line with his quality and push back these threats. But I mean, it's just not looking great. I have managed to get some of my... No, I haven't. I'm still using Greek militia here in the center. Yeah, against heavy spears. I managed to get a unit of Macedonian hoplites through, but again, it's kind of a bad situation because they're just going to get shot. And I didn't want to retreat at this point either, because if I run away, then I'm just going to get shot in the back and my morale is dipping down, like, and I'm going to get hit in the side by infantry. So again, I maybe should have just decided to reform up a line here and engage these guys. I'm having to commit more Greek citizens right now, so I'm literally throwing in the plebs just to hold this unit in place so I don't get surrounded back here. I'm trying to just charge through, you know, at this point I'm like, wherever this unit is gone, let's just try and kill some missiles, because they're still shooting me right now. The left flank has kind of been saved now. A small glimmer of hope over on this left-hand side as this general unit turns up, and I'm popping my rally to try and keep the soldiers here, to boost their morale, give them inspired. I'm letting this unit just fight out of phalanx, because I feel like they'll do more damage to this spear unit out of phalanx. But again, over on this side, Darren is just enveloping my phalanx, and I just do not have the speed nor the men to send over here whatsoever, so that's just not great. Darren does decide to throw in his general here, and he does take a lot of casualties. I think I throw in my general as well. You know, so like it's basically, if I kill Darren's general now, that's going to be huge for this AI army. Darren is going to try and pull out this general, but you can see him maneuvering it very nicely. I'm so close to routing it fully. I'm trying to pursue it, but then this unit breaks at the worst possible time. It could have broken. And Darren's general is going to get out of there, and I'm going to have to try and retreat because this one unit of Greek spears broke at the worst time. I'm also trying to shoot it as well, just trying to do anything I can to kill that man because, as you can see, I need something. I am managing to break this unit right here. The pike wall has formed up quite nicely. Finally, and we just managed to break this unit of heavy hoplites with my pikes. Finally, it took a long time. Over here, I'm breaking as well. And, I mean, this hill, fighting uphill has just been brutal. And I just didn't have the quality on that hill. I think pushing them Greek militia first really hurt me. I should have used them more as a support force with the pikes, and I should have just thrown the pikes up. Because if Darren wanted to keep on retreating, that would have been fine with me, right? I could have fought on a more even battlefield. Some men have come back from routing, and they are just being lobbed in. Every man, woman, and child that is on this battlefield and can fight is being thrown back into combat. You know, this group of hardly any Greek militia thrown in to help out. But still, you know, gaps are appearing, and Darren's using his numbers really effectively. One of my saving graces was this bulk right here. This group of are these mine? They are, yeah. Oh, so they must have broken. So there was actually another unit of spearmen here, I think. But they must have broken. My, like, saving grace right now was just this unit right here, holding up 3 or 4 units of enemy men. And I think this general unit here, if I did not have 300 elite men turn up into the battle, it would have gone bad. Another rally popping up. I'm just trying to break this section of men as quickly as I can so that I can deal with these units coming out the flank. And as you can see, Darren's general is scared of my general, so he's running back. And I'm throwing in my general, and he's down to 63 men right now. My king could die. How many battles have I shown on my YouTube channel where I've said this? Where I've said this battle is so goddamn close, and if a few things went another way in them previous battles, I could have lost my king. My empire could have crumbled. And that's kind of how I feel the start of a Macedonian campaign is. Everything is just on a knife edge. And I've been very fortunate up until this point that things have gone in my way, and this one might not. I mean, the battle is looking so close. Darren's using his general to break here, but I managed to kill a lot of these guys. However, I'm about to lose 142 Greek phalanxes. Oh my god. I am so lucky that these guys did not break, but they are going to be getting surrounded and killed very effectively. I'm bringing back more pikes, I think, over here to try and fill out anything, and I'm also managed to get a unit of these, the general unit off to secure this flank. I think at this point I realized that these guys, there's so many of them, they'll eventually break this unit with my general in here as well. That this unit can maybe hold this flank. But Darren is bringing more and more men back. Their hoplites have formed up as the enemy charge on. Again, it's uphill, so these guys are going to be able to get pretty close into combat against my hoplites. Oh, this battle, man, is just so brutal. And even, even if I do manage to bring this one out of the bag, which is not looking likely like it's going to happen, this army is going to be battered if I do end up winning, and the replenishment is going to be horrific on it. So, even if Darren does end up losing this battle, he's still done a huge amount of casualties to my army, which I'm going to have to replenish from my population. So, I'm using my missiles. My mercenaries are having to go in at this point. My king is charging through the ranks with his 54 men left to try and hit these missiles. I managed to get some pikemen up here as well. The pikemen managed to push back the spearmen, and I'm charging forward trying to rout these guys. The left flank looks like it's kind of under my control somewhat, but then Darren comes in and breaks this unit. And everything I've got committed is just missiles at this point, and this one unit of 300 general spearmen, which again is just beyond amazing. I cannot thank this one enough that I had this secondary. This is just a garrison commander, which I basically use as a governor, and I use up his upgrades to make the cities give me more money. if you don't know in Divided Impera, you can basically stick generals in cities and they'll act as a governor. So they'll slowly level up over time as if they're kind of governing the city. And you'll be able to pick up upgrades that will give you more commercial wealth and growth and all that stuff. So that's what he's currently is. So he's not exactly a fighter, but his army is, you know, pretty good. And look how dire the situation is. I'm literally throwing in my general with 47 men left up against his spearmen. At this point, any one of my my king could just go down with any strike of the spear. I don't even know where he is right now. I don't know what his helmet looks like. I maybe should have looked at that. But he is still alive at this point in the battle. And I'm just trying to do anything I can to rout his men. It looks like this general unit, again, like I'm just getting really lucky that I'm holding this off. But my archers are starting to falter. You can see I've got more of my Cretan archers now charging in as well. These guys are not designed for combat, but, you know, needs must at this point. And I come in right in the back of this unit of barbarians, and I just try and rout it. That is my goal right now. I'm not looking to kill, I'm just looking to survive and take out. But Darren is also doing a great job here at routing more of my men, more of my Greek archers going down on this right hand side, and he's using the hill just to continue to fight me back. And it's just looking so scary over here as well. Here's my general in the back of these Greek archers. Like, these are the garrison archers right now. They are just nothing. They're going to get cut to pieces by the heavy RDA general back there. Oh, it's not looking good for my army. But I've managed to secure this flank with a couple good routes with the aggressive use of my general, who is now down to 40 men. I've managed to kill these this left flank, and I'm just going to have to rush up here. However, Darren is doing an amazing job over on this right-hand side. But balance of power has started to shift back in my favor. But remember, what I have left is not high quality. It's literally 2 units of Greek archers over here. I've got a unit of Greek archers here that's about to rout. I have a unit of Greek militia, a unit of pikemen. You know, I just do not have the men to really claim this battle as mine yet. And again, my general is so low that any charge could be so big. Darren is going to try and pull out his general as I chase him down, and he's going to get him out of there. He also has 2 units of missiles left as well, who are going to hammer me as I try and run up here. And I'm just basically trying to... My general's down to 38 men now. Oh my god, how is he still alive? I'm going to be basically trying to keep him alive for as long as possible. But again, over here, I'm losing men. I just got another unit of my Rhodian slingers to rout. This unit of Greek militia is about to rout him, and Darren's going to switch this back into his favor. Which is pretty goddamn crazy. The nice thing is that I'm going to have the hill. Darren also has this unit of infantry rushing back. They are exhausted. I imagine this is them running right now. They're just so tired that they can't bring themselves to run. As you can see, guys, that you don't need to watch these head-to-head streams, because they are just, you get battles like this, and fighting these battles live are just crazy. And there we go. My main line here of Greek militia and archers have now broken, and Darren's bringing up a unit of very heavy spears. He's got a unit of his general as well coming in. Luckily, I've managed to scare the archers off into a corner, but we are going to be getting probably charged in the back soon. I'm going to be running in as fast as I can here, and I'm also going to be using my general as well very, very carefully, because one volley from the slingers could actually kill me. I'm using him basically just to force these guys off whilst I bring my spears over. I think at this point in the battle, though, I was feeling a lot more confident, because there was just no way that I think he could deal with this, at least kill this unit. He could maybe rout it, but I think this general unit coming in as late as it did was my saving grace. And that, like, really speaks volumes to these battles. Like, I think a lot of players, and I know me and Darren don't do it, we don't keep anything in reserve. But honestly, keeping the units in reserve is actually really useful, because it turns up to the battle, you know, that just when it's needed. I guess you can make the argument that, you know, and what's the point of bringing it up when it's needed when you can just push your advantage and take less casualties to begin with? Which definitely does make sense, but, you know, having this unit turn up as late as it did really just came in the nick of time. And if it didn't turn up, like, and maybe during the battle, you know, before the battle lines really started, I would have committed this unit over here, and then it wouldn't have been able to save this left flank. So I think having reserve lines is actually kind of useful. I'm going to try and use it a bit more in future battles, because I just feel like being able to commit more men to where you're losing is just something that we really take for granted. Because we just think, what's the point of committing a unit late when I can just commit it early and hammer home an advantage? But in a battle that was as close as this, it really was important. And, you know, necessarily, I don't have this battle locked down. I'm going to tell you guys now, I do end up winning this one. But, I mean, it's just, you know, like, it's just so brutal right now. I really don't have a lot of quality left whatsoever. My men are exhausted as well. It's just, I think it's pretty obvious. Darren doesn't really have a way of killing this unit. I say that, he is actually doing a great job of killing it. And again, I think it's because I'm fighting uphill. I really underestimated the strength of fighting up a hill, or down a hill, I guess. It really just gives some good bonuses. My unit is actually taking casualties right now. I'm also protecting my general with everything I've got. There's only 38 of them left. Darren has 39 left in his general. We're both exhausted and tired. Our entire army has just been pushed to the brink. But again, and look here, I'm just like, nope, you are not charging my general. If you want to fight me in spears, bring it on. I mean, Darren's going to pull out. Yeah, he's going to be like, okay, maybe. Yeah, I won't do that. But I mean, even though I win this battle, this was definitely a victory for Darren playing as the AI. You know, this battle, I was expecting to slaughter this army. I thought it was nothing. And it probably was if it wasn't going uphill. Like, I probably would have just demolished this army if it wasn't for the hill advantage that Darren managed to secure. And again, that could have been nullified by me just not sallying out the city to attack. Now, I'm going to be charging down some men. I think I just want to try and get round and basically just avoid his general as much as I can. He does have another unit of reinforcements, but again, at this point, I think just with this unit, it's just, yeah, it's just nothing Darren can do at this point in the game. But look, just, I mean, like, yeah, you think how much population he's done? He has ruined this army. This army is now non-existent, really. Granted, some of the men who routed are going to come back and stuff, but this army is just, you know, being completely dismantled. All the experienced veteran warriors aren't really going to be there because I'm going to have to bring in fresh ones. So he's reducing the quality of my armies, he's reducing the quantity of my armies. It's expensive, it's going to take away population. Like, honestly, this was just such an important battle that I thought was going to be a slaughter. Much kind of like the last one. I thought the last one I was going to ruin the army, but, you know, like, and that's just why these head-to-heads are so great, because it's small moves like this that if Darren maybe could have got a lucky kill on my general and killed the rest of his last couple of units that really are already almost broken, they're only just hanging on by a thread. You know, if he could have, you know, done a few more things, got a few more lucky kills, then I'm set back. You know, I've lost this city, I've lost my armies. This faction can then wreak havoc in my empire for like the next 5, 6, 7 turns, reducing my population, reducing my income. And that's why I just love these head-to-heads with Darren, because there's just so many small things like that which literally make or break a campaign for the next 10, 15 turns. There we have it. I'm going to come out on top of this one. Only just, we'll triple speed it to the end, and there we go. It was a costly victory indeed. Oh my god. That was just, you know, just such an insane battle. And as you can see, I did actually deploy 5,500 men, but the other, like, I'd say probably 2,500 of that was a garrison army, whereas the full 7,000 of Darren's army were proper troops. Granted, they weren't amazing ones, but these guys, these guys were amazing. Unfortunately, we can't see the other kills. Over on my side as well, my archers just could not do the work. Some of my pike unit getting 0 kills, this one getting 10, these guys getting 3 as well. I think all of these units are the ones fighting uphill, whereas these ones were fighting on the left flank, and these guys were fighting on the left flank. So it just goes to show the strength of fight, like, on that hill. If you have a hill, then definitely use it. And that's why I'm planning in the future to get some artillery in this army, so I can shell and bombard places, like positions like that. Maybe drop a unit of missiles and just bring in a unit of either scorpions or artillery. Probably scorpions against the east, which have more kind of compact phalanxes and stuff. But I want to use artillery against, obviously, the barbarians. My general as well, considering he started with 50% strength, 300 kills is pretty goddamn good. So yeah, overall, what an amazing battle that was. Be sure to tune in on tomorrow if you're watching this the day this video goes out. Thursdays and Tuesdays, 2 p.m. GMT, over on my Twitch channel. The link will be down below in the description. And if you need a reminder, I make sure I post over on my Twitter and over on my Discord. I at everyone on my Discord whenever I go live. So if you're like saying, oh, I'll probably forget even if I follow you on Twitch, they're two great places, and my links to them will be down below in in the description to get notified whenever I go live. So yes, that was a battle, another amazing one. Hopefully I'll have plenty more. As in the next stream, which would have been yesterday, I'm planning on going to war with Athens and Crete to unify the south of my empire and, give me some good island fortresses I can maybe invade the rest of the east with. So, yeah, definitely going to be some great battles against the Greeks. Make sure to tune in, and I'll see you guys next time.